Food Truck Tuesdays is coming back also. A great event for residents to come together, and to speak on it more in detail, we have Executive Assistant to the West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, Kris D'Arcy. How are you, Kris?
Doing well. How are you this morning?
Doing so great. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak on this. Food Truck Tuesday coming back, a great event for local residents. Tell us a little bit more about this event coming back in May.
Yeah, we have been doing this event for several years now, and it seems to be getting more and more popular. Starting last year, we put the event, we placed it so that it's in between the Parks and Recreation building and the main library building, there with a little tent over the picnic tables. So residents that come to enjoy the event get to sit in the shade and enjoy, a little time out from the sunshine, and if it happened to be raining. But yeah, the event is definitely gaining in popularity, and we're looking forward to another great year.
Yes, and as we previously discussed, the origin of the event was essentially to connect the West Bloomfield Township, the library, the police department, and other staff to just come together, as well as the community, to get to know each other. And how do you feel like that has changed or grown since that actual origin?
Well, yeah, that was the initial thought process that went behind the event. And we still, to this day, we still go out there and we enjoy the event, and we get to have some camaraderie and get to speak to different, common staff members that we don't get to see very often because we're in different buildings and different locations. So that much is true. We get to do that. But we also get to meet a lot of the residents and a lot of repeat customers. We see a lot of common faces. We get to meet with them, and they get to share their thoughts and ideas with us. And so it's really a nice opportunity for us to connect with the community.
So how do you go about choosing the actual food truck vendors that participate in the event?
Well, we have several vendors that have been with us, for a few years now. So we have repeat vendors that are interested in coming back because they enjoy the crowd, they enjoy the reception, warm reception that they get here. And we're always looking for new food vendors also. So sometimes we have new food vendors coming in. This year, a lot of our favorites, we have the Cousin's Maine Lobster food truck coming back. We have the Great Greek, which is really popular. There's just DWS Street Eatery, the Grilled Wrap. We have several different food trucks that will be coming back to join us this year.
And that's good. Well, speaking of food trucks, by the way, why food trucks specifically? Why not just like a restaurant or some big venue to just have and just serve pizza or some things like that? Why specifically food trucks, and why do you feel like that's important?
I feel like it's important because for a couple of reasons. One is that they just seem to be they're trendy right now. They're on fire. They've been really popular for the last couple of years now, and it's just a hip thing to do in the community. A lot of, it brings out the younger crowd, the older crowd, it brings out all ages. And, another thing is that it helps support the local, residents that are trying to be entrepreneurs. They're running their own business, and, a lot of them are very successful and very, very talented. They have delicious foods to offer. So it's a nice way to support local businesses.
I completely understand that, and I honor that too, and we have to respect that. Executive Assistant to the West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, Kris D'Arcy, joining us, talking about Food Truck Tuesday, returning May 7th, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Town Hall. So, by the way, Kris, are there any future plans already, just since this seems to be already set in stone? Any future adjustments or plans for next year or the years going forward for this specific event?
For right now, we're going to keep it status quo. That's not to say that things can't, improve and get even bigger and better in future years. But for right now, on Civic Center campus, we're going to hold tight. We're going to see if the millage passes for the Parks and Rec Commission this fall. If they do get to move forward with their expansion that they're planning, who's to say that this event, can't be relocated or have a much, bigger space? So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities in the future.
That's great to hear. Great to hear. So no like live entertainment or music or anything like that anticipated. Just to throw that out there.
Well, we would love to do something like that, and that is a great idea. I would be willing to, put the word out there that anyone that's interested in, if they have a little 1 or 2 person band or they play an instrument or even maybe some of the local high school students, if anyone is interested in coming out during our events to entertain and play music, that would be more than welcome. I think that would be a wonderful addition.
Absolutely, and that's great to hear. We have the opportunity to spread that word here on the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Kris D'Arcy joining us here, Executive Assistant to the West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, talking about Food Truck Tuesday. Thank you again for your time. Any other words that you want to give out to the community about this event, any other events that West Bloomfield Parks have coming up?
Yeah, just as far as on this topic here, we're just looking forward to another great year. It's most Tuesdays. You can check our website if you want to double check for sure, wvtownship.org. But it is most Tuesdays throughout the spring and summer, and like you said, 11:30 to 1:30 right here on the campus.
Absolutely. Thank you again so much, Kris, for joining us. We appreciate your time.